Star in boxing, Tank Davis. Tank Davis.
Boy, if you don't get YouTube, what's going on, man? I seen that face off with Tank Davis and Jake Paul. Man, it was embarrassing, man. That's an embarrassing face off. After what we just watched, we watched a real boxing match. And even though Canelo got whooped, got beat up, I got a lot of respect for Canelo. I got big respect for Crawford. I just love boxing as a whole. To come off what we just witnessed with that big fight, to see a face-off with Tank Davis and Jake Paul was just hilarious. Like, it looked kind of embarrassing. Like, you can't come from that kind of high to this kind of low. Like with that Floyd Mayweather-Mike Tyson fight coming up. Trash. Like, ain't nobody want to see Mike Tyson with his ass out in the locker room after he done got beat up by Floyd Mayweather. Like, nobody want to see that. I don't even want to see Floyd fight no more. I think you had your time. The greatest, I mean, in a lot of people mind, but he's not the greatest in mine. You know, Floyd would be probably top 3 on my list, you know what I'm saying? But he's not the greatest on my list. But one of the most skillful, pinpoint, precise punches you'll ever see. You hard to hit, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Copy box? I think it's copy box. I always say it there, but I don't know if I'm saying it right. Numbers, the highest percentage probably of all time, punching percentage. But we're not talking about Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking about the embarrassing face-off with Jake Paul and Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Javante Davis. It's kind of embarrassing. And that's what we got to do. Like, we can have a clown show every now and then, but we got to have a boxing match to remind the people what boxing is about. People who really love boxing, let's give the people who love boxing kind of like just one of them fights every now and then. So when they do the clown show with the Tank Davis, Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson fight, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Logan Paul, Mayweather, when they do the clown show, you know what I'm saying, we got something to hold us over. The people who really love watching boxing, and y'all witness the clown show, because that's all it is, the clown show. To watch Tank, man, I don't know. Jake Paul got to outweigh Tank probably about 80 pounds. You know what I'm saying? About 80 pounds. Like, is this really a fight? And I know Tank got that power, but like you said, his last fight, he didn't look too good. And if you ask my opinion, I think Tank is kind of running. Because I think that last fight he had fought, did it end up being a draw? I think it was a draw. But he didn't look like Tank. He didn't put the guy down. And I've been watching boxing for a long time. I watched when Sugar Shane Mosley rose up and went to welterweight. And his first fight, he ended up knocking the guy down. He was a bigger guy, but a dude could take more punishment. And that's the thing about boxing. When you start getting bigger and you start going up in weight, they can take more punishment. It's harder for you to knock the people out like you used to. Like even Bud Crawford. Look at Bud Crawford fighting Canelo. He was pot shotting, he was catching him. You know, he was really outclassing Canelo. But did he really have Canelo hurt? If you watch the fight, Canelo threw the harder punches. Like when he would hit, you could hear boom, you know what I'm saying? You could hear the punch because he's just a bigger fighter, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you fight guys that big. That's why they have weight classes. They have weight classes for a reason. So you can't come in here and fight. I don't care how good of a fighter you are. Weight is gonna play a factor in a fight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able, you can put like a little fighter in the ring against a Butterbean. Y'all remember that fat guy used to box, Butterbean? Y'all could put a little guy in the ring against Butterbean. And Butterbean probably will beat the guy because he's just so much bigger. Like, you really got to hit this guy to knock him out, to really do any kind of punishment to the guy. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. It's like everything, man. It's like we living just in a weird world. Like how things are going on, how, like, just to watch. We really living in a world where Floyd Mayweather finna fight a Mike Tyson. Like we living in a world where a internet sensation guy that built himself off content and stuff like that end up being popular with his brother Logan Paul, end up being a boxer, you know, that's really fighting. This dude fighting basketball players, this dude fighting hockey players, this dude fighting anybody he can fight, and then he fighting washed up guys. Anderson Silva, he's a UFC fighter, like, you know what I'm saying? Now you fighting an old Mike Tyson that limped in the ring. This dude, my mama age, you know what I'm saying? And you fighting, like now you're fighting a guy that's a little bitty guy. Tank Davis, Devontae Davis, he's a little guy. He's not no big guy. He's not really going to pose you any threat. Even if Tank get a good punch in, I mean, he's not going to cause that much of a threat. You know, you got to really just catch a guy. When you're a little guy, them punches don't got the same amount of steam on it. They say a person can knock somebody out when you can lift 275. A lot of them little guys, they not lifting that. They ain't packing that kind of punch. They packing that kind of punch for little fighters. But fighters they size, yeah, you can knock them out. Bigger fighters, it's not going to do anything. And that Logan Paul, Tank Davis just look like an embarrassing face-off after you just seen a great fight. Canelo Crawford. However it went, Canelo got spanked, but I still, like I said, I still got a lot of respect for Canelo. I've been watching Canelo for a long time. I watched Floyd Mayweather put it on Canelo and make him a better boxer. And then I watched Canelo go on from there and just dominate. You know what I'm saying? I always love how Canelo fight. He gonna stalk you down. And he come to fight. That's one thing. I like fighters that come to fight. Like when you watch an old Aaron Pryor fight, when you watch an old Roberto Duran, Tommy Hitman, you know what I'm saying? When you watch a Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, Sugar Ray Robinson. Like when you watch guys that just come, like that, I see a lot of people under my comments when we was talking about the Floyd situation, and they kept bringing up Paul Williams. One thing I'm going to give Paul Williams is Paul Williams going to keep coming. Paul Williams going to throw 1,000 punches a night. And you know what I'm saying? That's what I respect about him. But he wasn't a power puncher like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ended up getting knocked out. He got laid out, man. Y'all go watch that fight, man. He was face down on the mat. And everybody talking about he could have beat Floyd. And you know, I ain't going to lie. At the time, it looked like Floyd was picking. He was going more, it wasn't because he was being scary, I don't think, but I think it was more the money. Because at the end of the day, Floyd fought everybody. He fought the Cottos, he fought the Sugar Shane Mosley, he fought the Oscar De La Hoyas, he fought the Chop Chop Worleys, he fought the early on Angel Man Freddy, he fought the Diego Corrales, dropped him, where they dropped him so bad they had to keep throwing in the towel and stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? He fought the Manny Pacquiao's. People, he didn't fight him when you wanted to fight him, but remember, he's older than Manny Pacquiao. He fought the Barrera. He fought people like that. You know, I used to like, one of my favorite boxers was Eric Morales, man. I used to cut for Eric Morales, man. But Floyd Mayweather fought all the boxers. When I heard people say he ran, he didn't fight nobody, go watch the Canelo fight. He peppered up Canelo, man. Peppered him up, man. Gave him a boxing lesson. Canelo should have paid him after that fight, because Canelo went on to be a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? But after I just got to watching that kind of Crawford Canelo fight, it's like embarrassing to see a Tank Davis, Jake Paul announcement fight. Like it's just embarrassing to look at. Like, for the sport I love so much, and I tell people this all the time, boxing is one of my first gloves. At one time, my son wanted to box, but he's so iffy, you know what I'm saying? So I never did it. But boxing is one of my favorite sports. I've been watching boxing since my mom used to order the old Mike Tyson fights. Now, I know all the old fighters, you know what I'm saying? And because a lot of the fighters I watch, you know, I watched the George Foreman's when he was coming back and he was knocking guys out. When he was a heavyweight when he was a bigger guy, you know what I'm saying? And he fought, you know what I'm saying, what's his name? Moore. And when he fought old boy that played in Rocky, I can't even think of his name right now either. I'm just getting out of work, y'all, so excuse me. But I watched him come back and how he was fighting. And it's like he got a second breath later on in his career. But I watched a documentary on George Foreman one time, and they said when he lost to Ali, he was in a dark space. And that's when he ended up finding the church and God and stuff like that. And he ended up going back to boxing. He had another great career, you know, which the first beginning of his career was going to be great, but he had a rebirth at his age, you know what I'm saying? And what he was getting there doing at his age, it was like a 1-2. But George Foreman had that power, you know what I'm saying? He would pop, pop, 1-2, pop, pop, 1-2, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I love boxing, man. I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I just hate the buffoonery and all this clown stuff that's going on. But, man, it's like a breath of fresh air to see that Canelo Crawford fight. It was a breath of fresh air. Now we got to go to the clown show. I'm just not here for the clown show. I don't even watch Floyd Mayweather fights when he fight them exhibition fights. I don't even watch them because I like to remember my fighters how they used to be or how they should be remembered. And I don't like nobody muttering up their legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I respect about Canelo. He's still getting in there. He fighting whoever. I can respect it, but I ain't. You know, I'm gonna watch that Tank Davis fight just free. I'm not paying for that, but I'm just saying. Canelo Crawford, that's what we need to see more of that. Jake Paul, Tank Davis, you got a lot of guys you can really fight. It's like now I'm starting to think you're running, man. You got a lot of fighters you can fight. And to dip out to try to get this payday, I thought boxing was about respect. You know, you want to get your money, but legacy is important too. So tell me how y'all feel about this clown buffoonery, Logan Paul. It wasn't even Logan Paul. It's Jake Paul. Jake from State Farm. Jake Paul against Tank Davis, man. Tell me how y'all feel about this trash fight and the breath of fresh air y'all got from the Crawford Canelo fight. I'm out.